And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're waking up to the vibe. Hopefully you're waking up. Hopefully you're getting those eyes open. Come on, get the Sandman out of the house. It's Friday. Woo! Put some Sambuca in your coffee. Come on, let's get this show on the road. Oh man, we've got things to talk about, you and I. So many things to talk about here on Wake Up to the Vibe. I want to thank everybody for joining me this morning. It's a morning I didn't think I was going to be here. Now I'm here. Some of you are asking, why are you here? I'm going to tell you why. Oh, why am I here? I'm going to tell you, you're why I'm here. Because of you. We got some good stuff to talk about today, and just letting a few people find their chairs. Please take a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, get your coffee. Get your coffee on. Because we are going to have coffee together. So yesterday I posted that I wouldn't be here this morning. I'm not going to be here with a game show this morning, and I'm going to explain to you why. Yeah, sometimes life takes a turn. Sometimes you just have to take your foot off the gas. We're going to talk about what it's like to get old. Good morning, Tina. It's great to have you here. Bob and Sandy, man, their coffee starts brewing at 6 a.m. First one's in the room, and the prize goes to... I'm really looking forward to chatting with you guys this morning. Let's get this show on the road. So here's the deal. Good morning, Cindy. This morning I have time to say hello to my guests who accepted the invitation to jump in the room at 7 a.m. Some of you may be jumping into the room to watch Quarantine with the Vibe Tribe. Last Friday, we had a blast, but it's not happening today, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But first, I want to address yesterday. My apologies I had a show scheduled yesterday to talk with Michael Cinquanti, the mayor of Amsterdam, as well as Mr. Gary McCarthy, the mayor of Schenectady. And that didn't happen because we ran into some problems at the last minute. We ran into some audio problems, and then it turned into video problems. Then the feed through the internet was slow. It was just one thing after another. And rather than fumbling through the entire show, I thought it was best that we worked out the bugs at another time and reschedule the show. Both gentlemen are nice enough to reschedule, and we'll bring you that show with the mayor of Amsterdam and the mayor of Schenectady. We have so many things on the agenda to talk about. They were excited. I was excited. Many of you were excited, and sometimes these things happen. This is live streaming, and this is what happens when there's no IT guy in the room at either location. We were dealing with 3 locations, 2 of them being government buildings. And yeah, like when it gets down to firewalls, call the IT guy. I'm not the guy. Okay. So that is that. Okay. Next in line, last night I posted that I wouldn't be here this morning, and some of you sent in some comments. The strangest thing, I mean, and I wasn't going to share this, but why not? You know, we're all part of the Vibe Tribe. We're all here together. But the strangest thing, and I know, you know, people like Pucky are going to bust me on this one here, but I threw my hip out. The strangest thing. I've never, I can't say I have never because I had back surgery years ago, and I know what that pain is like. It could be excruciating pain when you mess with your back. Well, I thought I slipped a hip last night. I didn't want to go to the ER because of the coronavirus. It was horrible, but I took a muscle relaxer. I'm not one to take any kind of medicine. I take a vitamin C and a multivitamin every day, and that is it. I'm not on any medications, and because they affect me funny. I think it has something to do with the 80s. I don't know, but when I take a muscle relaxer, I'm down. So I've got about 14 hours of sleep. The good thing is I'm here today because of my commitment to you. I canceled the game show last night because I didn't want to wait until 6 in the morning and have the 5 contestants that were going to be on the show set their alarm clocks, get up, do their hair, and then have me call them up and say, hey, no show. So I canceled the show. It was a judgment call, and that led into canceling the Friday night Alive with the Vibe, and that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, I wasn't sure how it was going to go this morning. I woke up feeling pretty good. I'm a little slow in the head, but that's pretty much every day. So we're gonna ride this out. And I thought, you know what, Joe, just get up and have coffee with your tribe. Have coffee, jump in the room, do a live broadcast. And I do have a lot of things to talk about, but take your time. This is what I'm telling myself this morning. Take your time. Go at it slowly. Say good morning. Read their questions, read their posts, and let's communicate. So with that said, good morning, Scott. Scott's an early riser. Kathleen, good morning. Angela, good morning. Tommy, good morning. Michelle's in the house. Good morning. A special shout out to Michelle Webb. You'll see her name in the chat room. She is just an awesome person. Michelle and I have a relationship. But she came down last night and brought me chicken soup and the medicine you put on your hip, and she tucked me in and said good night. So thank you so much, Michelle. I think you're the reason why I'm here this morning, because you really helped me turn this around and deal with it. So just one of the kindest souls you have ever met, and I am blessed to have her in my life. Good morning, Carol and Amy. It's good to have you in the room. Valerie, good morning. And Gary, good morning. I don't know why some of these are showing up green now and some are white. This is crazy stuff. This changes every day. But good morning. Good morning, Tina. And if I didn't say good morning to you, it's because I can't see this far away. And Ron, good morning. And Pam Duffy's in the room. Good morning. Bob Duffy was nice enough to be on my show this morning. And again, we had to cancel the game show. But Bob Duffy, please, everybody chatting in the room right now, give a shout out to Bob Duffy. Say happy birthday, Bob. It was yesterday. It was my intention to say happy birthday to Bob yesterday. But because of all the technical issues, just completely slipped my mind. So sorry about that, Bob. Love your brother. Happy birthday. I know you're going to have a blessed day because it's all up here, man. And I know you got it up there. So a big shout out to Bob Duffy. And for those of you that are listening and watching, please give a shout out to Bob Duffy and wish him a happy birthday. So, all right, let's talk about a few things. First of all, if you're listening and you're sticking with me, I see there's quite a few people in the room this morning, so great. If you're going to stick around, I'd love to have you here because I want to ask you a few questions. One, what are you doing during this quarantine time? What are you doing to keep sane? Okay, because this is what I'm doing. I actually felt like, no, man, you got to get on the air this morning because this is my connection to the social life. And for those of you who know me personally, I love socializing. Like I was that guy with the microphone for many years. So I absolutely love doing this. I love it. And I wasn't on my A game this morning. And I said, no, we're just going to get together. We're going to have some coffee with the Vibe Tribe, and the Vibe Tribe, that's you. So thank you so much for joining me and having a coffee with me. Now, if you want to ask some questions, go ahead. Any question. You could ask me anything about my life. And I reserve the right to plead the fifth and not answer it. No, truth is, if you have any questions, I just thought it would be a good morning to get intimate with the Vibe Tribe. So if you have any questions out there, I'll try to focus in and dial in and see if I can answer those questions. So, Joe, you need to check out the Joint Chiropractic. Yes, I do. Thank you, Scott. I do, man. I actually became anti-chiropractic. So since we're gonna focus on the room, I became anti-chiropractic because years and years ago I slipped a disc, actually slipped two, was going to a chiropractor, ended up in surgery, and it was the year from hell. Okay. I'm not saying chiropractic led me to surgery. What I'm saying is I should have never been in chiropractic at that point because I feel it made the situation worse. Now, I believe in chiropractic if you're going for the right reasons and you're going to the right chiropractor. So yes, big shout out to my buddy Tim. He's an awesome chiropractor. So yeah, so that's that. And good morning, Joe Reynolds. Welcome to the room. Love to have you here. And is that Mimi? Good morning, Mimi. Yes, Mimi. I love that. Are you single? Mimi, you talking to me? No, I'm not single. Hey, I said ask me anything. I am not single. I am in love with Michelle Webb. She treats me like gold. I'm not afraid to admit it. Great question. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was an aha moment. I love it. Hey, you got a laugh out of me. Thanks so much. Dave Cardelli's in the house. Good morning. You left Amsterdam in 1995. What finally made you make the leap? Okay, good question, Dave. I'll tell you why. There was a number of things and a number of events that took place in my life. I love my hometown. I was actually living in Schenectady, New York at the time of my move. And I decided, I had enough of winter. I really did. And I feel for you guys in upstate New York. I was watching the news and I can see the snow coming out of the sky in April. That's hard for me to handle. I actually think at one point I was suffering from seasonal depression, and that's a real thing. So, yeah, every winter I would go through these, like, this weird stuff. Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? Now, I'm going to tell you, and this is getting a little personal. So, I really made the decision when shortly after, and I mean shortly after, and a lot of you folks in Amsterdam, New York, there's a reason why Amsterdam is called Amsterdam Strong, and that all started when the limousine accident happened, and we all lost loved ones in that limousine accident, and it was a wake-up call for me. It really, I remember sitting in the church. My son was a part of the service for Aaron and Shane, and like many of you, like all of you, our hearts still continue to bleed because of that situation. But I remember looking at my son serving as a pallbearer, and then I started to evaluate my own life because, man, if that did not teach us how life can be so short, so fast, in a blink of an eye, and I've experienced this in my own family with my nephew Christopher, and so I started to do an evaluation of life, like at that very moment, and it never ended. It went on for a good year, and then I lost my dad. So I'm sharing. You asked the question, and I promised you I would answer the question. So. All of these, the chain of events of losing my dad and losing Aaron and Shane and all of the others that were in that horrible accident, I started to really say, Joe, what are you going to do with your life? Now, my son graduated college around that same time, and some of those obligations as a dad while your kid is in college, came to a close. I'm still a dad, still tight with my son. but we got that chapter out of the way, and that took a lot of pressure off of me. And so I came down for like a mental break. I came to North Carolina to kind of clear my head and just kind of evaluate. I had been here a few times prior to making the move. And every time I came, I would come once or twice a year to visit my cousins. And every time I would just fall deeper in love with this area. And I came down, I'll never forget this. I came down like January 3rd, and I came for a couple of weeks and stayed for 3 months. I had resigned from my job, and I decided I'm packing up, I'm going home, getting my stuff, packing up all my guitars and heading to Raleigh. So here I am, and loving it. You know, like I love it. But listen, I miss home. I miss my family, miss my friends. It's human nature. Thank God for Zoom and Skype and FaceTime, because if this quarantine was happening and I was here and they were all there, I'd be going insane. But I am able to connect with everybody, so it's pretty awesome. Let me take a look here. So Dave, I hope I answered your question, and thanks for listening. This is for those of you who might have just showed up and you're looking for the game show. I'll just repeat myself a few times throughout the morning. No game show today. If you missed the reason why, you could listen to the playback, and you'll know why. So anyway, we're here this morning, and let's see, Joey, the story about Pops, the BB gun. Bob Scott. That is the greatest story, man. Thank you for making me laugh this morning, and you're going to make me cry at the same time, because I miss that man. My brother Rich went to visit my dad one morning. Now, my dad, 92 years old, half blind, can't see. And we would all check in on him on a regular basis. And when my brother walked in the house, my dad had a BB gun. I don't even know where did he get a BB gun? Who gave that guy a BB gun? Anyway, my brother goes, "Dad, what are you doing?" And he was going outside to shoot a squirrel that was bothering him. So thank you, Bob. What's funny is one day I was there and he said, "I'm going to kill that squirrel." And I looked outside. I go, "Dad, I don't see a squirrel." He goes, "It's right there. What are you, blind?" And I go, "Dad, are you talking about that flower pot?" And he actually thought the flower pot was a squirrel. Anyway, so let's see what we got. Oh, Ron. Okay. Ron made a good move. I'm not going to, say, how do I say this? All right. I do love Amsterdam. I love Schenectady. Yesterday on the show was the mayor of Amsterdam and the mayor of Schenectady. They're friends of mine, and I love it so much that I still want to do my part, even from Raleigh, North Carolina, to help promote the region. But yeah, winter. It's tough. And if you don't ski, you don't have a snow machine, or you've just reached a point in life where winter doesn't bother you, awesome. I was convinced I was never going to reach that point, and I don't ski and I don't own a snow machine. So yeah, but okay, Ron, cool, man. What do we got here? Doug, good morning. Doug, good morning, Joanne. And just for those of you who jumped in the room, I'm saying go ahead and ask me any questions. And oh, that's so funny, Marty, that you just said that about the snow machine. Marty said he bought a snow machine and it helped him with seasonal depression. Yeah, I get it. Because the people who would go snowmobiling and go skiing would come home smiling, feeling refreshed, and I'm under a blanket going, I feel so bad for myself. Not quite like that, but anyway, Gladys, good morning. How are you this morning? Thank you so much, Gladys, for being happy for me. You're such a sweet soul. Gladys, I just love her. She bleeds faith, and I love that. I love that about people. So, a couple of things. I'll get back to the questions here. That's cool. I love your comments. And I mentioned this before, and I mentioned it many times. And since we're kind of babbling on here on a Friday morning, and thank you so much for joining me and being a part of this coffee hour, we'll call it. I really appreciate your comments, and I know I say this all the time, but even when I'm on with a guest, it's so hard for me to focus because I've got 3 monitors and I'm clicking and trying to figure this stuff out still. I'm still kind of somewhat new at it, but Um, I go back and read these comments, and they mean so much to me. And they mean so much to my guest. I see Brian Piccirillo, the financial advisor. He was in there the other day answering questions after the show. So I love it. So if you have a question and I don't get to it, go ahead and ask, because I love reading this stuff. It's just cool. This whole Facebook Live and YouTube and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter and TikTok and wow, what have we become? But thank goodness, because in the time of quarantine, oh my gosh, it's like we can't just all sit home and watch Netflix all day. So what are you doing during this quarantine? You know, I mean, and that's one of the topics here. One of the things I want to talk about. I do have a few announcements to make that are Wake Up to the Vibe announcements, but I want to know what you're doing to keep the mind fresh and healthy and being able to sustain a good positive attitude. What steps are you taking? You could go ahead and type it in the chat there and share with our other viewers, because we're all part of the same tribe here. So I appreciate that. Good morning, Kathleen and Kathy. It's great to have you here. Let's see. Lots of fun memories dancing at the old teepee. Kathleen, you want to talk about memories? Oh my gosh. Talk about a chapter in my life. And I'm glad you had a lot of fun at the teepee as well. For those of you who are new to the program or not from the area, the teepee was a massive dance club in Amsterdam, New York. And I think at one time, one night, I'll never forget it, we had like 1,200 people come through the door. And great time. Myron and Peter and the entire Bizarre family, just Walter and his mom, just great people. They treated me well, and we had a great time. So much fun. I don't even know how I survived. Like, theoretically, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. God has a plan for Joe Altieri. God has a plan. Oh my gosh. Thanks for bringing that up, Kathleen. I'll be thinking about that all day. All right. Let's see. Robert, good morning. Welcome to the room. Cindy, welcome. All right. Let's see. Joanne, that's right. She's cleaning. She's painting. She's reading. Listen, can you come to Raleigh, North Carolina? Because I think the dust on my furniture is like a half-inch high right now. Is one thing I cannot stand is dusting. Oh my gosh, Michelle, help. So yes, Lily, thank you. Lily pointing out the Frog Alley t-shirt. Shout out to my friends Jess and JT. Yes, it's a wonderful place in Schenectady, New York. Give you your free commercial. Send me another shirt, please. And okay, so I got a few things. I'm gonna kind of take a break from looking at the messages. Keep them coming. And good morning to all. But I've got a few things I wanted to bring up here. So Monday, listen. Tune in on Monday. I'm going to post some links on the wakeuptothevibe.com, the actual website, wakeuptothevibe.com. I'm going to revamp that today. I've got a little bit of time to work on it in this weekend. But Liz Longley, Nashville recording artist, releases her new video today. She's excellent, a professional, top of her game, Nashville recording artist like no other. I'm telling you, you are going to love Monday morning. Okay, so Liz is jumping on Monday to promote her new video, and I was happy she accepted my invitation. Honey of the Heart, a group out of the Bay Area in California. I was on the phone with them the other day, and you're going to love this. That's Tuesday, Honey of the Heart, and they're out of California. Just it's a reggae, flamenco, soul, jazz, folk, singer, songwriter, husband, wife team. And it's beautiful, beautiful. And I found them on Facebook, invited them on the show. They accepted the invitation. They will be on Tuesday. On Wednesday, Marilyn Shannon is on the show. Marilyn is a self-help, self-empowerment, motivational, inspirational, 3-book author, public speaker. She is going to talk about a lot of things. She's got a lot of energy, very inspirational, and I thought this would be perfect timing to have her on the show. That's on Wednesday. On Thursday, Bill Akebauer. And Bill, I hope I'm saying your last name right, but Bill Akubauer, he decided to take the time of under quarantine and write children's music with his son. Bill plays multiple instruments. He's a great musician. And he's going to be on the show on Thursday. So I wanted to give that a push. And then I'm in process of talking with Randy and Gene Chapman. And they're going to inspire you to create a side hustle out of your house, whether it's selling your paintings, your drawings, your art, whether you know, right now we're not all going to garage sales, but there you could have a side hustle of making money by going to garage sales and selling the stuff on eBay. There's all types of things. Well, they turned a side hustle into an amazing business, making artwork out of metal objects, nuts and bolts and stuff. And it's no joke. This is beautiful stuff. I met them at a craft fair down here in Raleigh, and I was so impressed by their work, enough to reach out and give them a call, and they accepted my invitation. We're working on that schedule right now. So with that said, I want to say good morning to Eileen. Again, I just want to just give a shout out to those who are joining us, and thank you so much for sticking around. We're just doing Friday morning chat here on Wake Up to the Vibe, and good morning, Sherry. It's good to have you here, and Cindy. I love it. I love I can actually have time to dial in. John Lesniewski in the room. John, how are you, buddy? It's so good to have you here. I wish I could see you right now. Always good for a good laugh. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Lily. I think I might have said good morning to you already, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. So think about this. Here's something to ponder throughout the weekend. You know, we're all stuck home. So I'm watching, you know, I watch some stocks and just to see where they go. And Shopify is an e-commerce platform that's pretty simple. It's got some complexity to it, but they have great support. They have webinars and seminars on how to run their system, where if you want to sell, it doesn't matter what it is. I have a Shopify site where I sell my canvas photography. I take my pictures, I put them on canvas, and I sell them on, it's called The Braided Soul. If you want to check that out, please do, thebraidedsoul.com. And that's where I sell my artwork and some other things. I was going to put t-shirts up there. But anyway, Shopify is a really cool system, and their stock is going crazy right now because the company's doing so well. Why is the company doing so well? Because people are at home starting a side hustle. They finally have time to sit back and digest, you know, what their true joy is and do, you know, really kind of look inward. And they're starting side hustles with Shopify. So if you are, you know, maybe thinking about selling something, you know, it's kind of like, I always use the analogy, selling out of your trunk. Well, you could sell it on Shopify, and Shopify can work with eBay. It could work with Facebook Marketplace. There's so many elements now where you can sell stuff out of your house, and it makes a great side hustle. So I want to encourage you, check out Facebook Marketplace. I know so many people who have never been there. It's the little icon on Facebook, and on mine, it's at the bottom of the screen, and it looks like a little house. Click on it. Furniture. If you've got stuff in your garage, go put it up online. Get rid of it. Put the cash in your pocket. I got a guy who wants to come over Saturday and look at an amplifier I have. I put it on Marketplace a week ago. I don't know if I want anybody coming to my house right now to try out a guitar amp. But the audience is out there. You got Facebook Marketplace, Shopify. My gosh, there's so many different avenues. So if you haven't taken advantage of the online selling tools, please do. I just want to encourage you. This is the time. Look into it. It's not hard. And if you can't figure it out, Google it. Google's life, man. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a little inspiration there. External validation. I heard this term. I was up early the other morning. When I get up early, I listen to different motivational speakers and inspirational speakers, and it was Gary V. Actually, for those of you, Michelle, I know you're a Gary V. follower, and Vandercheck, I think that's his last name. But Gary V. Was watching him the other morning, and he mentioned the term external validation. And he went on to this whole conversation about it, when people need validation from the external world, the people out in society, your family, your friends. Like right now, I'm in this chat room with you guys, and we're Facebooking live here. I don't put a lot of weight into external validation, but as a human being, we do take things into consideration. Sometimes somebody will say something, you need to do this. You need to look at the camera more. You need to do your hair. You need to wear something other than t-shirts, like blah, 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 blah. Okay? I'm asking you, actually, maybe I'm telling you, I'm sorry. Don't put so much weight into external validation. And we all do it. People say things that might hurt our feelings. People might say, why are you doing that? That's a crazy idea. You can never succeed at doing that. Folks, first of all, you can do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter what it is. You have the ability. It takes commitment, determination, hard work, focus, all of that stuff. But you can do it. I go crazy when people say, you can never do that, or I can't do that. We talked about that in another show, and I don't want to go down that road right now. But just remove the I can't. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're a doctor and you want to start making money selling stuff on eBay. You can do it. Follow your love. I got up this morning. I'm here with you because I love this. I love the connection. So maybe in a weird way, I am looking for external validation of just connecting with you. I love your comments. That's what motivates me. But I'm not going to give a lot of weight to criticism. Everybody has that one person or two or three that always has the better idea on how you should be living your life. Here's what I have to say. If you love what you're doing, keep doing it. That's it. Okay? Don't chase the dollar, chase the joy. Find the joy in your heart. If you love it, do it. Do it. Do more of it. Do more of it. Explore it. Dig into it. Learn more about it. Whatever it is you love. And that's going to give you pure joy. Because in the end, that's what you're taking to the grave. You can't take your money with you. So there you go. There's my little motivational pitch for the day, for the weekend. Okay, the other day we talked about briefly overcoming fears, and that is one of the reasons why people do not take the step and try new things, because they're afraid. What are they afraid of? They're afraid of the feedback they're going to get from the external validation. They're afraid of what people are going to say about them. They're afraid what the family's going to think. They're afraid what their friends are going to say. They're afraid of failure. How about this one? Afraid of the unknown. That's the person who says, I don't even know why I'm not doing it. I'm just scared. What are you afraid of? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Listen, if it isn't going to kill you, you'll be okay. Just try it. Do it. Execution is critical. Execution is the first step in success in anything you do. Okay? Doesn't matter. If you want to be a chef, if you want to start a YouTube channel, a Facebook Live channel, cooking, teaching people how to make lemon cookies. I don't know. I'm making this stuff up as we go. Just do it. Hit the Facebook Live button and do it. Don't worry about what your hair looks like. Who cares? Seriously. And it took me a while to get over that because I was that person many times. Now, I don't know what happened to me. I don't care about anything. And in a sense of it doesn't stop me from trying new things. I don't care what people say. It's all good because I love what I'm doing. I love you, man. Love you. So glad you're here with me this morning. All right. Let's see. We got some new comments. 18 of them. Oh my gosh. I'm falling behind here, folks. April, good morning. Serena, good morning. Sue Blaze in the house. Good morning, Sue. Hello, Brother Anthony. I had to call Brother Anthony last night and tell him he couldn't be on my game show today because of the situation I was in. And I decided to come online anyway and spend the morning with you to have my coffee. So here you are, brother. And Anthony, you're the best. He says, I can be on your game show as long as I don't get a tow call. In the middle of my game show, you're going to jump ship. I love you, man. Good morning, Elizabeth. Christy Saab. I love you. How are you? Good morning. All right. Let's see. Who else do I got here? Just running through these. It's so hard for me to see this far away. I'm going to have to move things closer the next time. But yes, thank you so much for joining me here on Wake Up to the Vibe on this Friday morning. The other thing I wanted to talk about, like I just these are random topics. And this morning when I was getting ready, I come up with an idea and I'm like, oh my God, I got to type that in my phone because I want to talk about that. Excuses. Let's talk about excuses. So I'll give you an example. I was a sales director at a software company and I used to lead a team of 6 people. And I would do all the interviewing for sales candidates looking to work at the company. And I was fortunate enough to meet a lot of salespeople from all walks of life. When somebody asks you, well, why didn't you do that? You tell them why. And if you were telling somebody why you didn't accomplish something or why you didn't achieve something, you're telling them why. That's your story, okay? That little piece of, here I am, this is where I want to go. This little piece right here, that's the reason why I didn't get here, okay? That's your story. Well, I call those stories excuses. I really do. The reason you didn't get there is an excuse. Think about your story, which really is an excuse. That's the piece that stops you from getting there. You need to analyze it and overcome it. Because if you're here trying to get here, there's 1,000 things that can stop you. But the only one that will stop you is you. That is the only one that will stop you from getting whatever it is you want. So if you let your story, which is really an excuse, get in the way, you're not going to get what it is you want. I don't care if it's relationship, if it's money, financial stability, if it's health. Now, some things obviously, we can't help. Some health issues come up. You don't have the power to fix. Okay, I get that. But if it's your goals, if it's weight loss, if it's financial stability, if it's relationship, if it's all of these things that matter, that fulfill your heart, if you're not getting it, think of your story. Tell it to yourself first. Write it down. I'm a big fan of writing things down. On my refrigerator, I have a vision board of all the things I want to see in my life 5 years from now. Okay? I look at it every day. I'm trying not to open the refrigerator as much. And I'm failing miserably. Why? Here's my excuse. Because I'm home and I'm under quarantine. It's an excuse. I have to overcome that excuse and that story. So now I'm trying to pack my refrigerator with stuff that I can eat all day. And I do. I just make it disappear. I'm like a magician. I make it disappear fast. But anyway, think about your story of why you didn't accomplish what it is you set out to do. Whether it was a goal at work, a goal at home, weight loss, whatever the case may be. Analyze your story, accept it as an excuse, and start fresh. Today is a new day. Start fresh. New day. Yesterday, gone. Goodbye. Goodbye, yesterday. Thank you for the education you gave me. The other thing that that Gary V was talking about, and I really thought about this one for myself, is How many hours do you devote to what it is you're trying to accomplish? How many hours are you putting into it? And he had this guy on his show that says, "Oh, Gary, I'm killing myself, man. I'm working 6 hours a day at it." And Gary started laughing. He says, "Brother, 6?" He goes, "I put 6 hours a day into my hobby, but I put 18 hours a day into what I love to do for a living." And it really, boy, it hit me like somebody hit me upside the head with a brick, because I tend to be that person who has a few things on the burner at all times. But when you got 3 things going, how much time can you give the one that's the most important to you, the one you love the most? So it made me evaluate, look at my story, accept it as an excuse, and overcome it, which is something that I'm personally working on. And I'm sharing with you. I'm sharing you some personal stuff here because we're all part of the same tribe. I don't know if you know that. If you're new to the show and you liked and followed the Facebook page, first, let me say thank you. But second, you become part of the Vibe Tribe. Okay, so welcome aboard. It's going to be a journey. Good morning, Joe. Let me get back to some good mornings here. Good morning, Maria Rossi. Welcome to the program. It's great to have you here. Mary Chris, Debbie, good morning. It's good to have you here. I love this. Kathleen, good morning. Rhonda, Deborah, all these people in the room. This is so cool. That's it. So that's my story today. I want to thank you all for jumping in. I try to keep the Wake Up to the Vibe program anywhere between 30 and 40 minutes. I don't like to go a full hour because it's the beginning of my day. It's the beginning of your day. It's at 7 o'clock because when the world goes back to being normal, hopefully it's sooner than later, then I can still do this and still go on with my day and doing the things that I need to do to keep my landlord happy. So anyway, I want to thank you all so much for joining me here this morning. It was a great pleasure. I'm going to take a look one more time here. And I know I'm missing some people, but that's, my apology if I am, because I can't read them all. But yeah, so Monday, Liz Longley, great artist, Nashville, Tennessee recording artist. Tuesday, Honey of the Heart, recording artists out of California. They are amazing. On Wednesday, Marilyn Shannon, author of 3 books, motivational speaker, inspirational, personal wellness coach. She does it all, and she is awesome. And on Thursday, Bill Akubauer will be here to talk about his process working with his son during quarantine on writing children's music. And then on next Friday, we will do Quarantine with the Vibe, and that is the game show we're doing on Friday mornings. And the Friday night show, it's kind of still up in the air. Bear with me, folks. I don't want to put myself out there too much. You're going to get sick of me. It's just the way it is. So thank you so much for joining me here on Wake Up to the Vibe. I'm wishing you all an awesome, awesome day. God has given us this day. Let's treat it right. Don't let anybody take it from you. I know I'm going to own it. So this is my day. It's your day. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, post, comment, recommend. I love your feedback. Thank you for your comments. Have an awesome weekend, everybody. And thank you so much for being here with me this morning. God bless.